God by many names, love from many hearts. Come inside, you don't have to hide. You're perfect as you are. You're already not alone. Welcome home. God by many names, love from many hearts. Come inside, you don't have to hide. You're perfect as you are. You're already not alone. Welcome home. You're already not alone. Welcome home. Well, welcome everybody. Center for Spiritual Living in St. George, Utah. Yeah. And you know what we are when we all show up here, right? We're going to tell you right now. We are all friends here. We are no strangers when you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts forever. We are all friends here. There are no strangers when you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts forever. Now we're going to do it with what he's saying. We are all friends here. There are no strangers when we walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts forever. Yes, we hold you in our hearts forever. Hello, friends.
Welcome, everybody. It's so great to see your faces. Yes. So I wanted to say, of course, welcome. Is there anybody here that's here for the first time? I don't really see any new faces.
Paying attention, count.
Ha ha. Well, let's see. It's time for meet and greet, so let's go ahead and take just a few moments to stand up and welcome everybody. Remember, don't ask to give hugs before you give hugs. Ready? Give us a little bit of a tune there. Hey, welcome back to your seats. I want to say thank you to all those people that help bring this to happen every time we're in person. So I want to say thank you to Marina, who is doing our internet online stuff today, Bill, who's doing our soundboard, yay. Of course, we've got Alan, who's doing the music. Sue's doing High Watch. We got Crystal, who was doing our greeting today, and Christy, who's doing our food today. So thank you. Oh, and of course, my wonderful husband, David, who's progressing our slides today. And of course, we have Stephanie, who will be doing our practitioner of the day today. That's right. And then we have Charles, who is our treasurer, who does the money every Sunday. Thank you. Yes. It takes a village, and we are so grateful to have everybody here doing all of their part to make this happen. So thank you. Okay, so we're ready for another song. Alan, you're up.
You're ready. The thing about this song is you can't sing it unless you're smiling. gotta let it shine brightly now, 'cause that's what it's for. Hey, there ain't no sense in crying when life has got you down. No, there ain't no sense in crying when life has got you down. Just put a smile on your face and turn those blues around. Hey, everybody's got a smile for the world. Yeah, everybody's got a smile for the world. You gotta let it shine brightly now, 'cause that's what it's for. Yeah, everybody's got a smile for the world. Hey, everybody's got a smile for the world. You gotta let it shine bright. That's what it's for. When you feel like something's missing from your day to day. When you feel like something's missing from your day to day. Just put a smile on your face. Gonna chase those blues away. 'Cause everybody's got a smile for the world. Yeah, everybody's got a smile for the world. You gotta let it shine brightly now, 'cause that's what it's for. Hey, everybody's got a smile for the world. Yeah, everybody's got a smile for the world. You gotta let it shine brightly, 'cause that's what it's for. You gotta let it shine brightly now, 'cause that's what it's for.
Got to smile brightly, because that's what it's for. That's wonderful. Oh, so now we're going to, I don't know how to do this. There we go. Okay. We're going to do our Flame of Faith ceremony. So we perform the Flame of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all things are beginning, and they come from the one universal presence, which we call spirit. So we first light the unity candle, which represents the unifying nature of all religious thoughts and experiences, which we honor today. We light the candle of the Shamanic traditions, honoring the belief and practices of all indigenous people, the way of the primal spirituality. We light the candle of Hinduism, honoring the path and acknowledging the divinity and action and devotion. Let's take a deep breath together and release. We light a candle for Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the way of nature. Take a deep breath and release. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. Take a breath and release. We light the candle for Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. Take a deep breath and release. We light the candle for Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness and the path of love. Take a deep breath and release. We light the candle from Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. Breathe in And breathe out. We light the candle acknowledging the center for spiritual living and all forms of new thought in the metaphysical path of a personal relationship with the healing through the practical use of universal principle. Take a breath in and release. We light the next candle for inclusivity, affirming that those that are seeking a stronger knowing of the universal divine love are welcome here. There is nothing outside of God. You are all welcome here. And finally, we now light the healing candle and invite you to silently offer into the light the name of the loved ones, knowing that they are now in perfect expression of spirit, eternally wholeness and love. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Reverend Rachel. So we're going to slow down a little bit and sing a song, and we get through it, and then Stephanie's going to come up and offer our invocation for us, and then we'll come back and sing more of it. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. In your eyes I see a light that's shining through. You radiate such grace. Now I bow to you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. You give your loving heart to everyone you see. The way you live your life inspires me. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in you.
I invite you to close your eyes if you choose. If not, it's okay. Right here and right now, knowing there is only one mind, and that mind is God's mind. I not only recognize it as my mind, but it is in each and every one of us sitting here or listening online. And that love that radiates through each and every one of us is pure happiness. And that happiness resides deep within each and every one of us. And so knowing this, I do reach out with a namaste to each and every one of us, knowing that there is pure love looking right back at me. And I honor that. And there is much humility there for me as I learn today, with the message being given, to regenerate from a place of purity, not what I have made, but what God has made through me and in me. And so I bless this service. I bless each and every one of us. I know that truth reigns free everywhere and in everyone. And so I release this into the law, knowing it is already accomplished. As together we say, and so it is.
In your eyes I see a light that's shining through. You radiate such grace. Now I bow to you. Namaste, namaste. I see the beauty in 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 you.
Okay, so my reading today comes from Jeff Foster. I don't know if anybody knows who that is, but he does work with trauma a lot. And so I'm just going to read what he says, and we can talk about it later if you want to. But to begin, I would like to start with the Hermetic principle, because I'm a mystic in the term of Jewish law. Okay, so it is something that I've been studying. And it said something very interesting about this month. The crucifixion represents the symbolic death of the lower ego, the surrender of the animal nature, the illusions, the attachments, the identities that have bound us to the material illusion. The resurrection is not a miracle of flesh, but of spirit. It is the moment the inner flame is reignited, when the divine spark reawakens in remembrance of what truly is. And Jeff says, my hope for humanity, that we remember who we are, that we start to listen to ourselves and to each other, that we learn to meditate, be present, be still, and soften into our authentic selves, that we learn to connect with our precious inner children, the part of us disowned through fear and shame, and just not knowing how to meet ourselves. That we get courageous enough to face and digest our deepest traumas, meet our anger, fear, and doubt, and not bypass it all by saying it's an illusion, or it's the separated self, or I am pure awareness. I'm woke. We become violent when we disown the violence within ourselves. This seems to be a universal spiritual law. There is comforting myth about healing, isn't there? That means rising above our vulnerable human hearts. Spiritual awakening is often seen as some kind of shedding of our humanity, a realm of untouchable stillness. But that story is a lie. And this is what I've discovered the hard way. Peace is not the absence of deep feeling. Strength is not the absence of trembling. In our rush to transcend and rise, we silence our anger in the name of kindness, mask our grief with spiritual smiles. We dismiss our fear as an illusion, our wounded hearts as ego's noise, and we call it all love. In chasing enlightenment, we abandon the messy truth of our aliveness. But what we suppress does not disappear. It lodges within us as trauma, as the ache in our chest, the tension in our shoulders, the restless breast beat of our heart, the shadows we deny that grow louder and darker. The pain we avoid festers in the deep, and neuroscience tells us that chronically suppressing our emotions activates the stress response, flooding our bodies with cortisol, inflammation, fear. Over time, it can weaken our immune system, disrupt our sleep, and increase the risk of all kinds of illness. The body remembers what the mind tries to forget. True healing is not an escape from the mess of the earth, the sweat, the trembling, but the courage to step into it all. Not a rising above, but a rooting down, to touch the fire of grief, to liberate the fear of anger, to stand in the trembling truth. I'm not okay, and it's damn okay. Healing is the painful sob that cracks you open, the soft rain on your face in the early morning, the earth beneath your knees when you fall. Healing is the raw, holy ache of being alive. You are not broken for feeling life so deeply. Your sorrow, your fear, your shame, they are not mistakes. These are invitations from God. And yes, the descent may shatter your illusions, your old life, but beyond the breaking lies a strength you have not lost, a wholeness that comes not from escaping pain, but from holding it so close. No more pretending, no more forced smiles. Let the anger rise, let the tears fall. Let your pain soften you until it cracks you open into grace. Let your trembling truth speak at last. Love, Jeff Foster. And Easter month is the alchemical process. Dissolve the old self, reforge, regenerate the new, not in the image of the world, but in the image of the divine in you. This is the sacred work of the Hermetist. The philosopher's stone is not a rock, it's the refined soul.
Thank you, Stephanie. That was great. Kind of working my way there. Well, I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Taking one small step keeps me closer to my goal. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain, and it won't seem like I've got that far to go. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain. Taking one small step keeps me closer to my goal. I'm taking one small step instead of looking at the mountain, and it won't seem like I've got that far to go. I got dreams filled with passion. I've got fears that pop up in my way, but I've got power just deep down in my soul. When I look inside and lose my way, it always lets me know that I gotta take one small step, instead of looking at the mountain. I'm taking one small step, gets me closer to my goal. I'm taking one small step, instead of looking at the mountain, and it won't seem like I've got that far to go. I got off the track, couldn't find my way back when I looked inside. The truth I cannot deny, I was making it harder than it had to be, pushing and fighting until I found the key that taking one small step gets me closer to the mountain. I'm taking one small step, gets me closer to my goal. I'm taking one small step, instead of looking at the mountain, then it won't seem like I've got that far to go. I'm taking one small step, instead of looking at the mountain. I'm taking one small step, gets me closer to my goal. I'm taking one small step, instead of looking at the mountain, then it won't seem like I've got that far to go. Won't seem like I've got that far to go. No, it won't seem like I've got that far to go.
You know, I didn't talk to either one of them about the talk today, and both of the song and the reading, it's so right on. Oh my gosh. So today we're talking about embracing the power of rejuvenation. And it took a while for me to get my brain around what it was I wanted to talk about today. Because rest is something that we all do. Well, we're supposed to. Sometimes. Maybe. We live in this crazy world where the more we go, the more successful we think we are, the more we strive, the more stuff we get. But have you ever gone to sleep, had a great night's sleep, and woke up tired? Yeah, me too. And that's because sleep isn't necessarily the rest that we always need. Rest and rejuvenation creates the space for the quiet contemplation. So yes, of course, we need our sleep. I mean, there are so many studies right now that say that sleep is one of those things that we deprive ourselves of, and we do. It changes all of the chemicals in our body, and it makes it harder for our bodies to heal, and it doesn't give our mind time to process what it needs to process in order to be healthy. We know this. We've been talking about stress levels for 30 years now, right? We know that high stress creates the fight or flight, and now they've added freeze elements in our bodies. We get more cortisone. It's not good. Our bodies are not designed to constantly work at that level. We need downtime. We need quiet time. But in the world that we live in right now, when we think of quiet time, is that the time that we sit in front of the TV? Is that the time we swipe through our social media? Is that the time where we, listen to the newscast or we go over the news? Is that our quiet time? For a lot of people it is, if they take that. But in this world we have forgotten, and I'm not saying you, I'm saying the majority of our society in the United States have forgotten that the quiet reflection is the part that opens us up to quiet, refreshing, rejuvenation, allowing us to learn, grow, discover who we are. I like to look at life as a projector. And as Stephanie was saying, we are all from the same place. We are all that light. We are love. We are God. We are that intelligence, that one mind. So if it was a projector and God is the light and it shines on the screen, what would we see? We would see light. Beautiful white light. Now that's not really exciting though, isn't it? Do we spend our life looking at the white light? Yay. So what we do in this creative world that we live in, this reality we've come to, is we have a film, right? We put the film in front of the light, and the light shines through the film and projects something on the screen. Now, I don't know about you, but I really like romantic comedies. I love those shoot-'em-up movies, from the 80s where Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone were out, like, creating the world, the hero. And you'll notice that even in the comedies, there's the crisis that happens, there's the conflict that happens, there's the misunderstanding that happens, because that's what makes it interesting for us to watch. Can you imagine turning on Netflix and watching a story about normal people doing normal things that have no incidents or frustration in their lives? Would we watch that? No, we would find something a little more interesting to watch, right? So, if that's the case, and that film that we put in front of the God light that shines through us, we're going to have a life of situations. But the crazy thing is that we are the artists that create the film. How do we create that film? Through our beliefs, through our experiences, through our expectations, right? And so as we watch this film, and we are able to, I was talking to my David, and he says, sometimes we have it up too fast. So the film's going by so fast that we don't even know the difference between a flower or a telephone pole. And if that's the truth, because we live in this crazy fast world, maybe what we need to do is slow the film down so that we can see what's actually happening. And in Stephanie's reading, we called that looking at the trauma. Looking at what has created this film of ours. So if we slow down, if we're able to take the breath, if we go into our meditations, if we lay on the bed and look at the ceiling and just think about the day, we have so much that we can discover about what just happened. Why did it happen? Because there's lots of stuff, that we're aware of, that conscious mind. The conscious mind of, this is what I want, this is what I have, and this is what I want to get. But with an iceberg, we've got this little tip at the top, and we've got this entire iceberg underneath the water, and we'll call that the subconscious, the unconscious. And the unconscious is typically kept there, and we have no idea what it's doing. So if we take the moment to think about it, there's a rule. I'm reading a book. It's called Existential Kink. It's not very kosher, but it's really insightful. And I would say that this particular book approaches this whole concept in a very different way, which I appreciate. I think the psychology is really solid on it. So we have this whole iceberg under the water, this unconscious space. And we keep things unconscious because we don't want to deal with it, right? We are shameful of it. Maybe it's because we find pleasure in some things that maybe we're not supposed to find pleasure in. Maybe it's because the hurt is too much that we don't want to deal. But only by becoming aware of that subconscious, what's underneath the water, are we able to bring it to the conscious, and it gives us the opportunity to take those conscious wants and those unconscious wants and combine them. Because we know that life happens through these filters, through this film that we've created. And typically we're not aware of what that film is. So by going under the surface, by taking that time, we're able to do that. And we can only do that through the quiet moments. Okay, let me give you an example. So, every day I use this stuff, and I'm conscious of what's going on. Well, when I realize something's happening, then I become conscious of what's going on, right? Because I don't know what's happening until after it's happened. So my David decides we need to take my car into the shop. Cool. Lisa, my sister, is leaving town. I'm like, oh my God, this is a great opportunity. I'll borrow Lisa's car. We can take the car into the shop, and then I can do my job because I drive a lot for my job in my sister's car. Great. She's all for it. So I open the garage in the morning. David's waiting for me so that we can take our cars, and there's no car in the garage. What? I freak. So I'm calling Lisa, and I'm going, oh my God, Lisa, something's wrong with your car. Your car's not in the garage. And she said, oh yeah, that's right, Jessica borrowed it. What? We already made an agreement. And I was furious. And so I am berating Lisa. How could you do this? How could you think about it? Why didn't you? Blah, 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 blah. And she goes, well, call Jessica. She was so calm. I was so impressed with how she did not let my frustration and anger allow her to upset her. She didn't give me that power. Very cool. So after I call Jessica, and I'm like, my daughter, and I'm like, this happened. And she's like, you're yelling at me. And I'm like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just angry. So then I had to stop, right? I had to stop and take a moment and go, I kind of am yelling right now. Why? What happened that's creating this emotional reaction in me? Now, how many of you, when you're in the middle of the roar, can step back and go, what's going on here? It's challenging. But it takes practice, but you can do it, because I know I do it, so I know that you can do it. So what I realized is I felt out of control, and I needed to stop and think through where I wanted to go or how to solve the issue, which is actually a little exciting. Another example. I got a phone call last week, and it was my boss, and she's really upset. And so we're talking, and she's just talking about the financial struggles of the company, and I'm walking her through it because I went right into minister mode of let's look at your faith, and let's talk about the trust and what we can do, and getting into a place of calm. And by the time the conversation was over, she felt much better. We hang up, and I went, wait, did I just get fired? And so because I'm working on this right now, instead of going into panic and freak out mode, I went into what's happening in my body right now. So I noticed that my stomach got fluttery and like that butterfly feeling. I noticed that I was feeling flushed. My heart was pounding. And what does that sound like? Doesn't that sound like excitement? And I thought, well, wait a minute. If I just got laid off, why am I not in fear? Wait, the physical reaction to fear is the same as excitement. The only difference is my psychological story, my narrative around the feeling. Curious. So in that state, I was able to go through the feeling and not go into total freak out and panic mode, but to look at this as why am I feeling excited about this? Where is the bonus, the plus, the new experience that is happening? I now have to figure out what I'm going to do. I love problem solving, of how to get through what just happened. Okay, so what is the point of all of this? We need to be able to take the time. Okay, there's a couple points. One, we need to take the time to be quiet, to see, to feel, to hear what's going on inside of us. Because that's our connection to the light. Our filter, our film, is there to give us the experience. But the reality is God is our source, right? Second thing is the first one was to be calm. The second one is to realize that who is our source. And the third one is to pay attention to what's happening around us, in us. Because there is no objective world. There is only subjective. We only see through our filters. So I know you've heard the examples where there's a car accident, we have 3 witnesses, and the one says, yeah, it was this lady and she had big red hair. And the other guy says, no, it was a little skinny guy with blonde hair. Well, they both saw what they saw, but what is the truth? Somewhere in between, right? Ernest Holmes says, the greatest good that can come to anyone is the ability to rest in cheerful expectancy, letting go of all struggle and trusting the law of divine good to bring about the needed adjustments. So when we take the time, we get quiet, we allow ourselves to be in a place of rest, of meditation, of curiosity, of discovery, that white light can shine so bright regardless of the film that is in front of it. So, have you ever taken a great night's sleep, got up, and was exhausted when you woke up? We all have. And that's because the rest isn't just in the sleep. It's the ability to quiet the mind, quiet the soul, quiet who we are so that we can see who we are. We're going to pray now. So knowing that God is all there is, knowing that God is the source of life, the power, the light, the life, the truth, the joy, the discovery, the trauma, it is all God. And in knowing this, I know that I am of and from and in and as this universal energy that I call God, as is everyone that hears my voice at this moment. And so in this knowing that I am a perfect expression of God, I know that as I am, I create my desires, my truths, my wants. And in the quiet moments, I open with the curiosity of knowing the deeper meanings, the knowing of who I really am. And for this, I am grateful. I know that as we learn and grow and discover, we became more of the amazing individuals that we are. And for this, I am so grateful. So in the gratitude, I release my word into the law, knowing it is done. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is. And now we have an affirmation. I embrace my generative power, renewing my potential with each cycle of life. So let's go ahead and stand up. We're going to say it together. And I'm going to turn this way. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I embrace renewing my potential for each cycle of life. One more time. I embrace my regenerative power, renewing my potential with each cycle of life. And so it is. And so it is. Okay, go ahead and have a seat. It is now time for our offering. Thank you so much. Oh, that's me. So there we, of course, part of the abundance and the cycle of rejuvenation is by giving to where you have your spiritual feedings. And that is here for most of you. So make sure that you take the time to do that. We have 3 different ways. We can do Zelle. You can do it online with our PayPal. There's our QR code. You can email it, or you can take the little blue envelope that's sitting on your chair. You can put money, cash, or check in there, and there's the red bowl over there, so you can go ahead and put that on in the red bowl. If you need any assistance, please let us know. There's a couple of us that are here to help if you need it. Otherwise, let's take a few minutes and listen to some music.
So we got a few extra minutes, if you don't mind. Well, we last met, I told a story about I took a class with Reverend Rachael, and we had to write a report or something, which she let me write a song, and I passed it. So, which reminded me, years ago at Unity of Music City, the same situation happened. I was taking a class for to be a licensed teacher, and we had to write a report, and if we passed the class, we got 10 points toward 100 points, which did, anyway. So it came time to write my report. It was an Eric Butterworth book, Discovering the Power Within You, which talked about the Christ within us. So this is the song I sang, and I got to pass that class too. So we can visit the bowl while I sing this if you want. There's no words to follow. Like me, like you, people spend their whole lives through seeking what's true in life. In me, in you, and in everybody else too, is truth, is peace, is Christ. Up close, inside, like a star that lights the night, is a gift from God to you. Waiting, patient, till the time is right and we will know that our love, our truth is Christ. Hear me, hear you, as we pray we ask for truth, till we find it's inside. See me, see you, dance for joy, and all will too, as we find truth in Christ. Up close, inside, like a star that lights the night, is a gift from God to you. Waiting, patient, till the time is right and we will know that our love, our truth is Christ. Our love, our truth is Thank you.
Thank you. That was lovely. So we're going to do our prayer together, and then I'll do a quick prayer over the tithing. So if you will, in your hands, put over your heart as your blessing or the gifts that you've given, the investment that you've made into the center, and read the affirmation with me. I am overflowing with love and abundance. I give from the source of my being, which is rich and unlimited. With joy and excitement, I share from this overflow. In return, the universe gives back to me in infinite ways, channels, and means. And so it is. And so knowing that God is all there is, we know that we are blessed because we are of that light. We are of that source. As the gifts, the investments, the tithing that have been so wonderfully given today, knowing that this financial support supports not just the center, but the city, the town, the whole world, especially knowing that it is a reciprocal environment and that all that is been given is returned tenfold. And for this, we are so very grateful. I release my word to the law, knowing it is done, and so it is. So it is. Thank you, Charles. Okay, announcement time. Yes.
Next in-person service is May 11th, Boundary Keepers, Nurturing Healthy Connections. The details are in the newsletter and on CSLSGeorge.org. Prayer request. Our practitioners are available for a moment of prayer today and online. Email your practitioners for prayer at CSLSGeorge.org /about. And the details are in the newsletter. Upcoming Sundays, Confidence Unleashed, the Art of Self-Advocacy. Nice. That will be with Reverend Joe, May 4th. And on May 11th, it'll be online with Reverend Joe, Boundary Keepers, Nurturing Healthy Connections. Looking forward to that. Okay. We would like to invite Reverend Rachel back up. Yes. Fellow Taurus.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Today is the day.
Yay! Thank you.
These are for you.
Oh, they're beautiful.
And you can just leave them up there when you're ready,
Yes.
but take them with you when you go.
Thank you so much. And there's birthday cake in the back too. So make sure
we're
you.
not done yet.
Oh, we're not? Oh.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
To you.
Happy
Birthday,
birthday,
dear Rachel. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! Yay! Thank you. Now it's a new day.
It's a new day today. It's a new day today. It's a new life my way. The doubts, they are no match for me. I take my faith and fly because I know that I am creating my own destiny. The past is gone, it has no power here. I'm a mighty force in spirit's atmosphere. So I think longing will not be denied. It's a new day, it's a new life, my way. The doubts, they are no match for me. I take my faith and fly because I know that I am creating my own destiny. Right here, right now, I know that I am whole. There is nothing else that I need to know. So I affirm my worth, yes, I'm deserving of God's goodness abounding in love. It's a new day, today it's a new life, my way. The doubts, they are no match for me. I take my faith and fly because I know that I am creating my own destiny. As I believe it, so it will be. Woo! All right, let's eat some cake.